Hello guys, welcome to Asambeni Travel for Culture. This is your home of cultural entertainment and also traveling for culture. How much have you heard about weird cultures in Africa? Well, Africa has it all, some of which is unbelievable. Some of these practices may look bizarre in nature to outsiders, but they are our African way of life and our heritage. They date to decades ago, some centuries, and certain communities have been able to preserve them for many generations. Culture in Africa is quite interesting because it varies depending on which country and tribe you visit, making it a unique experience. The continent is home to a broad range of people, many of whom practice different beliefs. Here are some of the most weird cultures practiced in Africa. Number one, Malawi's Festival of the Dead. Imagine yourself eating a meal prepared with water from a dead body. Weird, right? This happens among the Chewa people. It is incredibly weird. The Chewa people are the Bantu ethnic group native to Central and Southern Africa, and also they are the largest ethnic group in Malawi. Their language is called Chichewa. Internationally, the Chewa are mainly known for their masks and their secret societies called Nyau, as well as their agricultural techniques. They are found in Malawi, Mozambique, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. The Chewa are closely related to people in surrounding regions such as the Tumbuka and Nsenga. Now, if a tribe member dies in Chewa during the burial ceremony, it is customary for the body of the deceased to be washed. They take the corpse to a sacred place and do the cleansing. In the process of cleansing, they slit the throat of the dead and pour water through the inside, which is then taken from the anus of the dead body after it has been squeezed down the stomach. The process is done repeatedly until the water comes out clean. The water which was extracted from the dead is then used to prepare a meal for the whole community. The people believe the dead has been cleaned up of his or her sins. The whole community is expected to show up when someone dies. The Chewa people often believe that death is not natural but caused by witchcraft. So, since they believe that witchcraft only works on family members, then those who might have killed the person would feel too scared to attend the funeral. Thus, it is expected that all family members must attend the funeral, which means the whole village since they are somewhat all related. Number two, wife stealing in Niger. In the Wodabe tribe of Niger in West Africa, men are known to steal each other's wives. The Wodabe's first marriage is arranged by their parents in infancy and must be between cousins of the same lineage. However, at the annual Gerwo festival, Wodabe men wear elaborate makeup and costumes and dance to impress the women and hopefully steal a new wife. If a man is able to steal away undetected, especially from a current husband who may not want to part with his wife, then they become socially recognized. So, what is this Gerwo festival? The Gerwo is an annual courtship ritual competition among the Wodabe Fula people of Niger. Young men dressed in elaborate ornamentation and made up in traditional face painting gather in lines to dance and sing, vying for the attentions of marriageable young women. The Gerwo occurs each year as the traditionally nomadic Wodabe cattle herders gather at the southern edge of the Sahara before disappearing south on their dry season pastures. The most famous gathering point is Ingal, a town in northwest Niger, where a large festival, market, and series of clan meetings take place for both the Wodabe and the pastoral Tuareg people. The actual dance event is called the Yake, while other less famous elements such as bartering over dowry, competitions, or camel races among cities make up the week-long Gerewo. The Gerewo is found wherever Wodabe gather, from Niamey to other places. The Wodabe travel in their transhuman cycle as far afield as northern Cameroon and Nigeria. At the end of the rainy season in September, the Wodabe travel to Ingal to gather salt and participate in the Kwasale festival, a meeting of several nomadic groups. Here the young Wodabe men with elaborate makeup, feathers and other adornments perform dances and songs to impress women. The male beauty ideal of the Wodabe stresses tallness, white eyes and teeth. The men will often roll their eyes, and show their teeth to emphasize these characteristics. The Wadabe clans will then join for a week-long Gere War celebration, a contest where the young men's beauty is judged by young women. Suitors come to the encampment of the woman to prove their interest, stamina, and attractiveness. The participants often drink a fermented bark concoction to enable them to dance for long periods, which reputedly has a hallucinogenic effect. Number 3. Lip widening among the Sudanese women. This culture is popular among southern Sudan and southwestern Ethiopian tribes. When a woman reaches adolescence, she has her lower teeth removed to make room for a lip plate. The lip plate is increased in size yearly until it is an astounding size. Some of the men do this similar exercise with their ears. They also indoctrinate their warriors known as stick fighters by inflicting scars on them. The belief is that the more scars they have, the more attractive they are to female members of the tribe. Circular lip plates called Dabi Atugion are worn by some Mulsi women near Jinka in Ethiopia's Omo Valley. Archaeologists have discovered lip plates in the region stretching back 30,000 years. The bottom lip is pierced and a wooden peg inserted, which is then replaced with larger pegs. Once the hole is big enough, the first succession of ornamental ceramic saucers are inserted, stretching over a period of years. Number 4. Bull jumping in Ethiopia. Bull jumping is a treasure for the Hama tribe in the Omo River Valley. This 3-day event is the most important rite of passage for every male initiate. It remains in practice for the 3rd century now. Bull jumping is not a small thing though, even for the bravest of Hama boys. An initiate jump over the backs of 10 castrated bulls, smeared with dung to make it even tougher. Young men of the Hama tribe, one of many in the valley, prove their manhood by jumping on praise bulls and then running across their backs, all while naked. A young boy has to strip naked, run, jump, and land on the back of the bull. This is then followed by running across the backs of several bulls arranged in a straight and closely knit herd pulled by the tail and horns by older men. The practice is known as Hama. The practice is a coming of age ceremony, and only when the participant has traversed the bull run 4 times will he be allowed to marry. Sleep and you risk a hard fall. Because it's manhood initiation ritual, failure is likely to affect the perception of someone's manhood and of course can have all sorts of dire consequences. Number 5. Fattening body men. Every June or July in the Omo Valley, Ethiopia, Kael, the body lunar new year, takes place. With it comes an extraordinary show of pageantry. In the months before the events, men live in isolation and drink to excess a mixture of cow's milk and cow blood for months in order to become vastly bloated and overweight. Each call will present an unmarried male to compete for the title of the fattest man, and with the glory, the greater chance of finding a wife. With stomach swollen, balance and fatigue can be an issue. But once the event is over, contestants return to their normal size in a matter of weeks. Number 6. Giving wife to guests in Namibia. The Himba tribe is found in northern Namibia. The tribe has smaller sub-tribes of Ovahimba and Ovazimba people who are the inhabitants of Musati and Kunene areas of northern Namibia. What is intriguing about this culture is that it takes great honor in welcoming visitors to their land by offering free coitus. The rationale behind this tradition is that this is a gift to the guest in the land. With the Himba tribe, a husband gives his wife to the guest to warm his bed on the day he arrives. They call it Ogujepisa or Mugazendu treatment. When the husband lends out his wife to a guest as tradition demands, he sleeps in a different room, and in cases where the house is small, he has to make do with spending the night out of the house, staring at the stars as the wife welcomed their guest. The tribe says that this culture is passed from one tradition to another as a way to encourage harmony and cut off jealousy among people in the community. In the Himba tribe, men decide what is good and what is bad. The patriarchal community has not given women much say in such traditions. They are required to follow what dictates of the tradition without asking questions. Number 7. Whipping to earn a wife. Before tying the knot, members of the Fulani tribes practice sharo. Grooms get some whipping in order to get a wife and respect from society. The wedding is called off if the groom isn't strong enough to bear the grief. The bride's family has other options than flogging, such as the dowry payment option known as kugwal, or the Islamic ritual known as kabal, which is similar to a wedding but takes place without the bride and the groom. Number 8. Potency test in Uganda. How much influence should aunties have on their nieces? In many African cultures, aunties provide counseling to their young nieces as they age from adolescence to adulthood. When it comes to marriage, these aunties prepare their nieces for the challenges that lie ahead. However, for the Banyankole people in southwestern Uganda, the aunt had more than the above, especially during the marriage. The primary responsibility of the aunt was to confirm that the groom is potent and that the bride has defended her virginity before the marriage is consummated. As a potency test for the groom, the aunt was sometimes required to have sex with the groom for the confirmation of his potency and virility. She also had to test if the bride is still a virgin before they are allowed to consummate their marriage. Number 9. The healing dance of the sun. Of all the tribal traditions, this one is arguably the most magical. For the San people of South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, and Angola, dance is considered a sacred power. The San of South Africa, Botswana, Angola, and Namibia are, according to some researchers, the world's oldest people. The hunter-gatherer culture stretches back tens of thousands of years, and integral to it is the trance dance, also known as the healing dance. The whole community comes together around a fire for several hours or even an entire night, led by healers and elders. The healers dance around the fire, chant and hyperventilate until they induce a powerful trance-like state. In this state, they are granted access to the spirit world and are often able to walk over fire. The sun healers aren't just doing this to cure physical illness in the community. They also attempt to expel what they call star sickness, a force that causes jealousy, anger, and argument. Number 10. Maasai spitting. Spitting is an essential part of life for the Maasai of East Africa, as it acts as a blessing. People have different views about where the power and essence of somebody resides. With some, spit represents the essence of you as a person. Spitting has also been practiced among the communities which neighbor the Maasai, such as the Kikuyu, Kamba, Meru, and others. To spit is a way of blessing someone by giving something of yourself, your own power, to someone else. It starts at an early age when newborn babies are spat on to wish them a good life. If you leave a place, elders will come and spit on your head in order to bless your departure, and that whatever you do, you are safe and kept well. That is all that we had for you today. If this is your first time, remember, do not forget to subscribe. We keep educating you about our culture and taking you to places where African culture is still being practiced. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like this video so that more people can watch, and also share with your friends and family. Bye bye.